Welcome to this video on AI team settings in Star11. The AI team generator is the most important and successful team generator in the Star11 app. Even if you don't have any knowledge about making teams, you can still create teams with just one click using this generator. And if you do have good knowledge about making teams, you can use the options provided here to build teams according to your own choice and understanding. Until now, you were able to use the advanced options to adjust settings as per your preference and generate teams, but you had to do these settings separately for every match, and for some settings, changes were not possible. With this new AI team settings feature, you can now change every setting as per your choice and knowledge, and save them. These saved settings will apply to all matches, so you won't need to set them again for each match. So let's quickly understand these settings. First, open the settings page by clicking on the AI team settings button in the settings menu. At the top, you will see two options, sports and contest type. In sports, you can choose cricket, kabaddi, football, or whichever sport you want to set preferences for. In contest type, you can select small contest or mega contest. Now let's look at the two most important options, credit group setting and selection group setting. If you've already used the advanced options in the AI generator, you may be familiar with these two. If not, let's quickly check them inside a match. Here, in the team build strategy, you'll see two choices, selection and credit. By default, the AI creates teams based on the selection option. In this, there are three groups. The first group includes players with 50% to 100% selection, 5 to 8 players are chosen from here. The second group is for players with 20% to 50% selection, 1 to 3 players are chosen. The last group is for players with 0% to 20% selection, 1 to 4 players are chosen. The selection group works based on how many people have selected players in Dream11 teams. In the second option, players are grouped based on their credits. The first group includes players with 8 to 10 credits, and usually 3 to 7 players from this group are included in a team. The second group includes players with 6 to 7.5 credits, and 2 to 5 players from this group are included. The third group includes players with 0 to 5.5 credits, and 0 to 3 players from this group are included. These numbers, how many players from each group should be in the team, are set by Star11 after doing research. Still, you can adjust them up or down based on the match and your own experience. Now let's go back to the AI settings page and understand these group settings. Here you can see both credit group settings and selection group settings. Earlier, you could only change the number of players to be taken from each group, but you could not edit the group ranges themselves. Now, you can edit these groups as well. For example, if the first credit group is set as 8 to 10, but you want it to be 8.5 to 10, you can simply change the from value from 8 to 8.5. Similarly, in Group B, if it is 6 to 7.5, you can change it to 7 to 8. In the last group, instead of 0 to 5.5, you can make it 0 to 6. The same applies to selection groups. Instead of 50% to 100%, you can make it 70% to 100%. Instead of 20% to 50%, you can make it 30% to 70%. Instead of 0% to 20%, you can make it 0% to 30%, but you must take special care while changing these numbers. For example, if you change the first credit group from 8 to 10 to 8.5 to 10, but leave the other groups unchanged, then a player with 8 credits will not fall into any group at all, and will never be selected in a team. This can affect the quality of your teams. After editing groups, you can also change the minimum and maximum number of players from each group. For example, if the first credit group allows a minimum of 3 and maximum of 7 players, you can adjust it to 4 to 8 players. In the same way, you can change numbers for the other groups as per your requirement. These default numbers are given after deep research and analysis of top teams, but still, you have full control to make adjustments if you wish. Now comes another important option, credit range. For small contests, the default credit range is set between 80 to 87 credits. If you want, you can change this range as per your preference. But before making any changes in these settings, you should carefully study the research data. The last and most important option is the player type setting. Here, you can set the minimum and maximum number of players for each type, for example, wicketkeepers, batsmen, etc. For sports like kabaddi and football, platform-wise settings are also provided. For example, in football, most platforms allow only one goalkeeper in your team, but on My11Circle, you can even choose 2 goalkeepers. That's why Depending on which platform you are making teams for, you can adjust these settings accordingly. If at any time you feel that your customized settings are not correct, and you want to go back to the default settings provided by Star11, you can use the Reset button. This will reset all the settings back to default. Keep in mind that reset will apply only for that selected sport and contest. So, if you have changed settings for another sport or contest, you must select that particular one and then reset it separately. Once you save your settings, you can go to the advanced menu inside the AI team generator and check whether your customized settings are being applied there or not. Friends, all these AI team generator settings have a direct impact on the quality of your teams. If you don't fully understand what you're changing, it's better not to modify these settings. But if you are an expert player and want to make adjustments, then it's advisable to study the research data thoroughly before doing so. Thank you.